Hey YouTube, this is your Dave Coaster Dude, and I'm back with a story time. The story time is going to be seen in the description below, as you can see, because I haven't did this in a long time, about a couple months ago, with story time, because I've been so really busy. And this topic of the story is what we call my worst whooping. If you're new to this channel, just pause the video, just take a minute to please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell, because there's going to be some videos coming on your way. And also you can follow me on David Woody on Facebook and Twitter. Then Instagram is dwoody4785. And also I want to give a shout out to Matt Reno, Chuck from Magian Chuck Show, Reed's Bud, Rustic Adventures, Mr. Shields to You, Coastal Guy 101, Ellen John Smith, Millennium Force, Slightly Above Average, Daniel Gen X 687 Harrison, and Westler 562. Just click on all their notification bells and smash their bells. And also, while you're in the kitchen, go get your favorite snacks like chips or anything, because it's gonna laugh your pants off. All right, let's get on with the story time. It's all started. What happened a long time ago. I was maybe around. Happened like 32 years ago. Yeah, when I was in the crib, in the hood, right? Because this whooping takes place, in the comfort of your own home. It's not getting a whooping like at a store or in the mall or or anywhere over your aunties or your kinfolk's house. This only takes place in the comfort of your own home, in this house. When I was younger. And so, well, it was in the living room, right? It was a Saturday. I think my father was running some errands at that time, right? It was just me and my mother at home. Because I was like, I think I was like playing something. And I remember this TV show. I think it was a golf game was on it, because we used to have those floor TVs that you can, the TV was on the floor. Like back in the 80s, right? And, floor TV, them old-fashioned TVs, because it wasn't no technology back then like we have now, like flat screen TVs and stuff. But back then we had VHS tapes, tape players, and recorders, back in those days, before event stuff. Well, I was in the living room playing with my toys. I was like maybe 2 years old at the time, 2 or 3 years old. While my mother was in the kitchen rolling up some change. Because we used to have a black and white TV in the kitchen, and the size of a microwave. Was in there rolling the coins, rolling the penny, right? Rolling up the money and stuff, right? So I could take it to the bank. You put in this brown thing, right? You put coins like 50 cent pennies or nickels, dimes, quarters. Put in there and just wrap it up, and I think you have to put your account number. I think. I don't know if they do that no more. That's what it was until I see something shiny on the floor. It was a shiny penny. A shiny penny. Like this. I picked it up on the floor. It was very shiny. And then I picked it up off the floor because the carpet was orange. Orange at that time. Right? Yeah, because the couch was on the other side where these 3 windows is. And that folding chair was like over there. And then a table was like in front. It was the black cabinet was right behind me. It was the floor TV like right by me. Diagonally. With the floor TV with the antenna, right? And the cord was right out. One of them blue extension cords. Them 3-prong extension cords. You can plug anything in your life. Plug the VCR and something back then, yeah. And then I went near the outlet with the penny. I picked the penny up off the floor and I walked near it because I didn't know what it was at that time. Because let me pretend this is a cord. I plugged something in there. It was like this one halfway. It was like halfway, like this, right? This plug here, right? It didn't plug all the way in. So anyway, I went near it, right? I went near the outlet. I didn't know what it was that then when I was 2 or 3 years old. The TV was on, right? And then all of a sudden I picked it up and I would walk near the outlet and stuff. I had a shiny penny in my hand, and I kneel down and do something like this, right? Yeah, I did something like this, right? And then once I put the penny, I thought the penny would be on television if you stick it that way, in an outlet. I do something like this. I did something like this right here. The next thing I know, I'm sorry about laughing, this is funny. The next thing I know, when I put it in there, it went zap! Zap! But the TV went off, and this metal thing had melted. My mama, it scared my mama, scared the pants off. I said, uh-oh. No, I didn't know no better. I was like 2 years old or 3 years old, and I stick a penny in a socket. Yeah, I remember it was a cold day, and it was a Saturday. I think that's what it was, a Saturday at that time. But I don't remember what the day was. But I know it's a Saturday. I know it's cold outside. My mom was shouting, what's going on? I said, what was that? And she went near the outlet because she saw me near the outlet. And the penny says, why would you do that? She said, why would you do that? She got so upset. She went in there, went in the kitchen, and she got this. Went in the bedroom. She got this hose, plastic hose. That I got a whooping with. This hose connector that connects to the toilet. That's the one I got a whooping with. I go put the penny in the socket. She should grab it like this. She goes, why would you do that? Put that penny in the socket. Why? You don't bury that. I told, don't you put that in no metal in the outlet. You hear me? Have it. Ow. And she told me up. Big time. Toilet. Back my leg because I think I wore some sweatpants at that time. And a diaper. Or something, yeah, that's what I was. And she grabbed my living room, and she told me up and said, "You gonna set this house on fire? You're gonna strike it on fire if you put needles and I would put a penny in the socket. You know better than that. You gonna hurt yourself. You don't you ever put no metal penny in the socket. You hear me? Hear me? Man, this plastic hose, the hose connector, because it used to be in the plastic. It was longer than this. It was gray. It was dark gray at the time, yeah. The hose connector. Yeah, this is what I got a whooping with when I was younger. And that stuff hurts like, bro. Man, I didn't know no better. I was like 2 or 3 years old. How was I supposed to know if, didn't teach me no dangerous stuff? Because if they taught me no dangerous stuff, like not to stick nothing like that, I probably wouldn't do it because the plug wasn't all the way in. Man, she told me up. Oh, you got how many times I told you, don't you ever put no penny in the socket. You hear me. Ow! I was screaming, ow! Like I've been killed or something. She told me up long and hard. I've been talking, do that, no, hear me. Now that's what that sounded like, hear me? So after that whooping, I got it whooping, she said, you better listen, man. You better be. I was screaming, crying, right? And then she took and she said, you better listen, you better be. So she unplugged it, because it was like sticky, right? And she pulled it out. It was in the floor TV. The TV went off, right? And then plugged it back in, and the TV went right back on. This time she plugged it all the way in. She said, better listen, man. You better be. You better be. So she pulled it out. I was crying. I think that whooping lasts for like maybe 10-15 minutes. When I got a whooping with that plastic hose. So that is worse. And that stuff hurts. Like, bro. And then I think about an hour or 2 hours later, and then my father came home. And then my mom was shocked. She showed the penny to my father and looked at it. See, because it was like melted, After I put the penny in the outlet, you could see the melt part on there. From the outlet. But I didn't get shocked, thank God. Yeah, because I know that sticking that fire. It says, I'm taking you over to my auntie house. When my auntie was living up in East Cleveland at the time, before she moved down to Alabama. So they took me over there, and they was talking about putting a penny in socket, and then my auntie said, Pete, come here. No, and I didn't come to her. I did because she was going to whoop me next, but I know, but she don't really whoop, just to talk about putting a penny in the socket. Well, I said I learned my lesson about that. never stick any metals in the plugs. Penny, nickel, dime, quarter, or half dollars, or Susan B. Anthony coins in an outlet, because it will electrocute you. Yeah, I had to learn this the hard way, because I thought that when you put any metal in an outlet, you know, I think I dreamed of something that you could put the money into a slot or something. The next thing I know, it surprised me by sticking that penny in the socket. So man, I learned my lesson, because the penny don't show up on the television as I stick it through an outlet. Man. So anyway, kids, people, do not stick any metal in the plugs, because they will electrocute you and it will kill you. Because I had to learn this the hard way. But once I got that whooping, man, once I got that whooping, I never do that again. Stick no penny in a socket. It was just that one-time thing. So folks, do not stick any metal in the plugs. Or kids, if you have little kids, put some childproof, over the outlets. Them childproof covers. Yeah. To cover it well, instead of being grounded. So it won't be grounded, when the kids try to put stuff in an outlet. Like, kids, do not stick any metal, like penny, nickel, dime, quarters, forks, spoons, knives, or a pencil, because it will electrocute, alright? Just to save a life, alright? So, pretty much this is the end of the story of my worst whooping, number 5. So, if you like this video, please leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, smash that notification bell. Until you guys, it's going to be a juicy story time, the next time, okay? Until then, peace, cheers, and bye.